Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek New Horizons as the Terran Empire. So, this part is probably going to be focused almost entirely upon rebuilding our navy, because, well, we need to get it back up. I'm thinking I'm just not going to bother with patrol frigates. I feel as though they're melting far too quickly to be useful, especially considering that they're still relatively pricey to build. At, nearly 360 minerals each. So, yeah, I'm probably just not going to bother so much with the patrol frigates anymore. I'll mostly just be building destroyers and cruisers, because at least those can take a couple of shots before they decide to give up. But yeah, so like I said, this part will be focused almost entirely on rebuilding our fleet. You have a defensive thing with the Breen, which is kind of annoying. Who hates you? The Shillok Corporation. So if I rival you, I don't improve relations with you by another 25. At this point, though, it doesn't matter. Well, I don't know, actually, if mutual rival stacks for each mutual rival. I don't actually know that. I'd assume it does, but honestly, I've never really paid attention. But yeah, nonetheless. But at this point, it's probably too late to get the Shillok corporate to ever want to be our friends, since they're rivaling us. Oh no, they're not. They just have a massive opinion penalty towards us as a result of us being the Terran Empire, which is kind of annoying, actually. I'm not sure what the deal is there. If I declared war on you, yeah, okay, I would. Klingons, who are your friends? You don't have any friends. Yeah, well, let's just focus on getting our fleet built back up, and then we'll figure out who we're gonna go and beat the crap out of. Because we're gonna have to fight our neighbors. Okay, but Jim just built us a destroyer. Mars is currently building us a cruiser. Specifically, it's a Constitution class. Okay. Okay, now you need to... I need to figure out what I want to do with you. You guys are really pissed. Holy crap. Okay, you're gonna be a biolab there. Slave rallies on Earth? What is this madness? Oh, shite. Land as many armies as we can on Earth. Okay, but what do I want to do with you? Do I want to make you an another food thing, or do I want you? Well, let's go and just upgrade that. I think I'm gonna make you. I guess I'll just make you mining. Who's that? That is actually just within our borders. Tellar Prime, I'm going to give you that. Feel free to go and colonize that planet as well. Okay. I want orbital dockyards for Earth, and what can I do here? No, I don't think there's anything to increase ship production on the surface. I will go with... yeah, more minerals. No, I don't want to join, damn it, game. We've already been over this.
Construction complete.
Upgrade that. Clear that. I'm gonna actually build a power plant there and a power hub up there.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Better biolabs, wonderful. Ah, sure, heroic landmarks. Okay, I'm gonna get the game up to 3 speed. Come on. It's on 3 speed. Should go a little bit faster. There we go, fine game. I'll go down into the system screen since that seems to make time tick by a little bit faster. You don't have any of those, but engineering there if you don't mind.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Wonderful. Better combat speed, or do I want to go and get... I think I'm going to go for Starbase level 4. Oh, what was that we just got? Ah. Decreases ship cost, but we don't have any of that within our borders. But the Ferengi... No, the Ferengi don't have any either, at least as far as I know. Does anybody have any? No, it looks like as far as I know, they don't have any either. You know, Tamarian Unity would actually be pretty weak if I fought them. In reality, because they don't have any friends. Taking these 3 planets, knocking that out would get me down to here relatively with border projection. And the Ferengi have officially joined the Galactic Axis, so they are now officially allied with the Romulans, which is something I'm not a big fan of. I don't need more influence gain game.
Construction complete.
Aha. Okay. Use arms race on Mars when I feel as though it's time to start building. Ooh. Yes, production targets. Okay, that's only an extra 4. Not as good as I thought it was going to be. Oh, but it's something. But yes. So, yeah, I think we'll be going to war with the Tamarian Unity in the future. Yeah, you know what? Having something here to help negate the enemy's shields is something that would be great. This can only be used on cruisers, however. And of course we have 2 cruisers designed that are both currently using electronic countermeasures, which aren't exactly that helpful. So that'll be a nice little thing. It's going to take forever to research, however. Oh, they're going to go and insult me. They shouldn't be, because I'm pretty much the only person they could be friends with in this little sector of the galaxy. So if I was Shiliak corporate, I would be trying to get on my good side. Because they don't have a navy. My navy took a beating, but I still have one. So I'm still doing better than they are.
Our ships have been made superior.
So at least the way I see it, they really should be trying to be my friend. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this patrol frigate. It gets us back a little bit as a result of maintenance costs. So which one is doing the most in upping our fleet power? The NX is doing the most. It's also a little bit more expensive to maintain. Yeah, I guess we'll build another NX. Refit. That reminds me, let me give you arms race, and it's going to last for 10 years, which is good enough for me. So that gets us down to 257 days for a cruiser, which is certainly better than the, what is it, 400? No, 500 that it takes normally to produce them without the orbital dockyards, the arms race, and the Utopia Platina fleet yards. I mean, that's quite a number of bonuses that are all increasing build speed for cruisers. At least right now are being used to up build speed for cruisers by 33% each. Oh, and then we got Rite of Conquest, which is a tradition, which is upping ship build speed by an additional 10%. Yeah, we got just tons of things stacking to get these build times down, which are great, because that's definitely one thing that we need to do, is get build times down as low as possible so we can pump these things out very quickly. The Breen look like they'll be joining the Galactic Axis as well. Yeah. I just got to prepare to go to war with the Tamaran Unity. Because they have absolutely zero friends. They have a non-aggression pact with somebody that I don't know about, but presumably it's the little nation that's here.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Don't care for more ground defenses. Maybe interstellar unification. I don't know. We'll see on that one. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll go for the interstellar unification.
Construction complete.
You guys are growing very slowly. Go ahead and upgrade that. Now, one thing I like is that it doesn't actually take us that long to get the necessary minerals to build more of our ships. So that's an NX refit. Next will be a cruiser, and by the time we can actually queue up the cruiser, the NX refit should be pretty much over. And so they'll almost instantly go from producing the NX refit to producing a Constitution class. Actually will end up being instant, because I should be finishing up getting the necessary minerals before we finish.
Construction complete.
The Voth Star Nation has been given association status by the Krenim Entente. I would really like to get extra physics research game, if you don't mind. No, quit asking, damn it. Do I have anything in here to tell it to stop asking me for that? No. Does not look like I have the option to tell them to stop. That's annoying. I don't need asking me every couple of months if I want to join their little interstellar medical association. Because we would only be going there to find better ways to kill the Xenos. So, yeah, game. We don't need that if you don't mind. We don't need to attend there. At the end of the day, we're pretty effective at it anyway.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, max influence from factions. Well, none of our factions are producing influence right now anyway. So that's not exactly helpful. Space restaurant, I don't really care for. So yeah, sure. I'll go for that real quick. And I think I'm going to be building now some more destroyers. So let's go and build an NX. Let's see, that's going to get me up to 6 cruisers. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Construction complete.
Upgrade that. You and Dorian, I prefer for you to work here because I need more energy credits, or at least I will need more energy credits. Power plant there as well. You're gonna be a biolab game because I need extra research. Admittedly, we have tons of society research because it's so easy to come by.
Scientific breakthrough
Oh.
achieved.
And the Klingons have a war going on. So the House of Grenseal, or however the hell it's pronounced, and the House of Kosil, or again, however the hell it's pronounced, are both now fighting a war with the Klingon Empire. Yes, Klingon civil wars are occurring. We'll see what happens with the other houses. But I'm not going to be uplifting aliens. Especially since I don't think there's really any to uplift in the first place game. Let's try this again with something more useful, if you don't mind. One of you closed your orders to me. You didn't. At least not yet. We'll see about that. Oh, no, you're... Okay, no. So your borders are, I guess, technically closed to me. But the game's not, like, actually reporting here that your borders are closed to me. Unless I'm getting something wrong about that, like I'm misunderstanding what it's saying. Okay, and we're gonna get Starbase 4. Which will allow us to unlock battle cruisers in the future. Yeah, let's go and get magnetic mines, since in theory this will help me get better warheads. I'm sorry, wait, is the upgrade cost also affected by some of these? That can't be right, game. I'm sorry, let me see this. So, yeah, it cost me 300 to go to level 4 on Earth. But for some reason, it's only cost me 225 to go to level 4 on Mars. Which is a little bit weird. Because, I mean, unless the game's screwing up and taking into account Starbase module cost as an upgrade, it shouldn't be any cheaper to upgrade Mars compared to upgrading Earth and any of the other planets that I own. I'm at the Husnak Ascendancy, which are at least somewhere up there. Oh no, they're down here. I will fight for a right to exist. So we can get these upgrades. This will also get us some extra naval capacity, so we don't have to pay the extra, what is it now? Currently 8% for being over our naval capacity. I did not even check to see what time it was when I first started recording this, so I do not know how long this part has been going for. I think maybe about 20 minutes or so. I'll go with that assumption for now. And one more to upgrade. And then we'll get back to adding more ships to the fleet. Well, admittedly, we're kind of hurting on the energy credits right now. So maybe we won't be adding anything extra to the fleet, we'll see.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Yeah, so you still have no friends, right? Yes, you don't. Okay. Well, so if I were to do this, I would take everything there. I would take everything there. Take that. In theory, I could take your capital. Wow, this is actually cheap to conquer you. You know that game? Yes, in theory, I could actually take all of your planets in one go. Now, I certainly wouldn't complain about that, but that is a lot of land to take at once. That I'm gonna have to build defensive armies and yeah. So I probably wouldn't do that. I would maybe at most take out to your capital. Then I'll probably ask you to destroy these frontier outposts way the hell out here. Along your border with the Klingons. This one I'll destroy on my way down to your capital, is what I would do, personally. I could tell you to release some of these, or to liberate a couple of these guys, which would give them my governing ethics. And yeah, I think this is probably what our war goal is going to be when it comes to fighting the Tamaran Unity. We'll take personally everything down to their capital. We'll tell them to release the two neighboring systems, or to liberate the planets in the two neighboring systems, so that those guys will try and sort of become like us, at least a little bit. We'll tell them to destroy these frontier outposts, which should gain the Orions and the Klingons some extra territory, taking it away from the Tamaran Unity, which I'm fine with. This will also allow us to, for the most part, sort of surround the Orion. I mean, they'll still have their border with the Klingons and possibly a little border with the Tamaran Unity, but for the most part, they'll be surrounded by us. So I think, yeah, that seems like a decent war goal. to the surface menu. I need to check and see. Upgrade that. Yeah, no, I want... Oh. That's what I meant to do, game. You selected the wrong person somehow.
Construction complete.
We don't seem to be gaining a whole lot from upgrading these star bases. I get the feeling the mod probably changed that. And so I guess you probably don't get as much naval capacity per upgrade as you progress. Yeah, because it looks like it's only going up about 1 each. Now.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, yeah, sure. We'll just go for a straight plus 10% to food. That is something that I won't complain about. Yeah, okay, we've upgraded all of our star bases that I personally control to level 4, and I got basically nothing. I presume that you're going to be trying to upgrade your star bases, correct? Yes, ever so slowly, because you're allocating resources to 1,000,001 different things. One of which is building a colony ship so you can colonize down there, which I'm fine with. 1 more month for magnetic mines, which we'll never use. But, you know, we'll have it. And, you know, I probably should build a, I'm pretty sure these are actually fairly decent. Let's see, they roughly provide... Yeah, they do a little bit more damage than a patrol frigate, but less than a destroyer. But, you know what, it's something, so... I'll go ahead and make the design. Whether we'll use it or not is something I can't really say. Sure. And we'll give the minefield some shields, which just seems a little bit weird, but whatever. The game lets me do it, so I'll do it. Magnetic mines. Okay, I can get deep space fighters. Unlocks component. Or I can get Station Ops 2, which is considered a critical engineering tech. I mean, I like the idea of deep space fighters, but game, I'm sorry, I really am. I'm a little bit more inclined to go for the critical engineering tech, because that's a little bit more likely to get me access to something that I really want. Namely, bigger, better ships. And weapons, of course, as well, but mainly bigger, better ships. Okay, never mind. Looks like the Asimov-class minefield won't be getting shields, because we just don't have the energy to give it shields. I need better... not thrusters, but reactors that I can put in these slots. Not so much because that's what I need for my ships, but more so because, well, then I can put better stuff on some of my other things. You're almost done, so I'll tell you to upgrade that as well. Let's get that upgraded. No, I'm not joining. I don't need the extra society. It costs me an extra 5 energy credits just to be a part of your little thing. Admittedly, I half expect to be missing out on possibly some decent events that could actually be useful. Who knows?
An alien empire wishes to communicate.
Oh, and one of the houses... Yep, one of the Klingon houses has been taken out. I kind of want to go and get 2 Intrepids, so you know what, screw it, we'll get 2 Intrepids, just to finish this off, with 4 of each destroyer class.
Incoming transmission.
I mean, it's probably too late, but I'll take the minerals. but it's probably too late for you. The other Klingon house has been taken out already. And I find it's mostly unlikely that you'll manage to succeed when they failed. Now, if you had asked me much earlier in your civil war, oh yes, it might have actually been useful having some of my Trillium D. But since you waited until now when the other house has been annihilated, yeah, you're probably not going to be winning that. So, yeah, they definitely should have thought that through a little bit more. Oh, looks okay. And we are now entering the TNG era. Now, I've already read this once before. Actually, I think I might have read it twice even. So, I'm not going to read this. We all know what happens. We gain Battlecruiser Blueprints as a tech option, and we automatically gain plus 10% to the tech progress for it. And now, I need to go and redo all my ship designs. But hey, we at least now actually have a Constitution class. Oh, whoops, okay. Turns out we already had a thing called the Clark class. It was our construction ships, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give these things their generic names again instead. Just so there's no confusion. Possibly on the game's part. Well, you know what? You don't really need those. Well, maybe the thrusters, sure, but you don't need those. Science ship, it doesn't hurt for you to have some of this stuff, though. So that if you do jump into a hostile situation, you can at least survive a little bit.
Our ships have been made superior.
Okay. Now, I still... Okay, we still got one more of those. Intrepid class. But they're not the Intrepid anymore. Oh, is the game going to change the graphic for this one? Yes. Yes, it is.
Construction complete.
These are Mirandas, if I recall correctly. So, yes. Oh, game.
Scientific breakthrough.
And there's nothing I can do to resolve that whole... them having... There we go, microfusion reactor. That's this mod's version of the solar power plants. Or whatever. What was it that we just got? Oh yes, the Acetana simulator. For one of our cruisers. Now it doesn't matter which one we put it on. I can put it on the NX. Which would be fine. Although admittedly the Constitution has a lot of excess power, so I'm more inclined to put it on the Constitution class. Yeah, we'll put on the Constitution. And do some upgrades. Upgrade those Constitution classes with the Acetana simulator.
Our ships have been made superior.
We technically lost a little bit of fleet power there, like 3 points worth of fleet power, but this will help us knock out enemy shields, because they'll automatically have a permanent 20% less hit points and a decrease to shield regeneration. So as a result, we won't have to deal with their shields as much. I am contemplating, though, building an actual Constitution class that actually looks like Constitution class. Just for the hell of it, really. Oh, but let's see. I've got some raw dilithium. You know what? Mars, I have some raw dilithium. Let's get you a synthetic dilithium forge. Well, no, that doesn't... No, that doesn't require actual dilithium. Damn it. Never mind. You know what? Lisabella. I mean, you're really pissed at me already. And I already have the max armies I can have here. Pissing you off even more isn't going to really help me. There's nothing I can do to improve your happiness. But the dilithium refinery would get me some extra processed dilithium. 2 each. Which I can then use... Or I will get a thing here that will improve my fleet or my naval capacity, rather, depending upon how much I have. I think every 2 is worth 10 naval capacity. I think. I could be remembering wrong on that. Now, not really a big fan of our Empress being a Xenophile ethics attraction bonus. I don't mind the other thing as much, but I'm definitely not a big fan of the increase to Xenophile attraction, because I don't want to have more Xenophiles, game. Hell, they're already larger than the totalitarian faction. Oh, there we go, they just lost somebody. Not sure what happened to them. Bonus to food, not exactly helpful, but whatever. Sure, we'll get the Colonial Bureau. Just get it out of here. Out of the little... out of the tech tree. Or out of the options. Nope, and then they gained their person back. I don't know what happened to them. They temporarily changed their mind about being in a Xenophile faction. Then they said, you know what, never mind, I prefer to be in the Xenophile faction. You know, I don't mind the idea of the War Ministry. A straight minus 10% to consumer goods could be helpful. And I'm producing 5 influence a month, and I'm pretty much sitting up towards the cap, so we'll do that. It's only an extra 7 minerals, but you know what? Every mineral counts. Boo, engineering bay in this mod is ship repair speed. I preferred it adds a modifier to the ship decreasing ship upkeep costs, which admittedly doesn't make a whole hell lot of sense, but it was still something that I liked from the base game.
Situation log updated.
So that's something, yeah, that's something for deep space stations.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Here we go. So I can go ahead and research battle cruisers. It would take 34 months. I could get exotic matter torpedo. And okay. What does it do? It doesn't say. Disrupts the buffing aura of all enemy battleships in range. No enemy ship will receive any buff. Wait. So when you say battleships, do you mean like legit battleship class, or does it mean any enemy ship? And when you say battleship, you're just saying ships that are designed for battle, i.e. just any military vessel. Because the second sentence says no enemy ship will receive any buff. Which makes it to where, in theory, exotic matter torpedo could be useful if it is literally no enemy ship receives any buff. If it is specifically no enemy battleship in range receives a buff, then that changes things a little bit. But also, I don't have the battleship class yet. I don't get that till after researching battle cruisers, so that's not exactly useful right now, game. And to be honest, I don't think any of these other ones are, so I guess I could research... That's only 3 months. it might get me better torpedoes in the refreshed option. So, you know what? Fine. We'll get the buttressed core support hub. We won't be using it on any of our planets. More than likely. It does produce prosperity, which can then be used in the species menu to set living standards, and depending upon how much you have. But of course, this does up costs. Why does basic income require more prosperity than social welfare? Oh, okay, it provides more happiness. It's just for whatever reason, I feel as though those should be reversed, honestly. I really feel as though the stuff for basic income and social welfare need to be switched. Because that is weird that it goes from 1.4 to 1.8 to 1.6. These two just need to be flipped on the UI. Actually, I think you should probably just flip the names. Well, no, not the names. The effects? Yeah, the pop effects I think should be flipped. Social welfare just seems like it should be producing more happiness and cost more consumer goods than basic income. At least that's the way I see it. But yeah, so honestly, that's actually not that bad, getting all the way up there. But we're not going to. Yep, see, what I told you. It was far too late for them to do anything. But yeah, we're not going to be doing anything that increases prosperity. To be honest, it just doesn't seem like it's a useful thing. It's a building that I have to produce, and I need to produce more of them the more prosperity I want. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's a monthly thing that ticks up as you gain X amount of prosperity. I could be wrong. Maybe it does, but I think it's like most of the strategic resources where it is a... You have... it's the Fendomar. There we go. Yeah, I assume it's like most of these. So I need one of those buildings for each unit of prosperity that I want, which means I would need 50 of those if I wanted to have 50 prosperity. No, that's just too ridiculous in my opinion. Oh, well, there's an upgraded version of it, I guess, that makes it a little bit better. It's still pretty crappy, though, to be honest, in my opinion. I just don't think these are useful. I really don't. And, oh yeah, and they're planet unique, so you can't even just have a planet that's built entirely of prosperity-producing buildings. No, you need a bunch of planets. 50 planets. Or 25 if you have the arcology. Each with one of these, so again, no, it just doesn't seem useful. I'm gonna go for battle cruisers. So yeah, like I said, we won't be bothering with the whole prosperity crap. I don't mind. I don't have an issue with the concept of the mechanic, but I just feel as though it honestly needs more work. Because with it being planetary unique, or planet unique, and a number of other things, it just doesn't seem like it's particularly useful. Yeah, you know, we really need to be going to war with the Terran Unity now. God, those things are bloody expensive to send out. Also, well, no, Earth will not survive if I take the armies off. Okay then, Earth, I'll build you a bunch of Terran defensive armies because I can't have my army sitting here doing nothing. We need to build these microfusion reactors. I mean, they're not really a whole lot. We need to resolve these issues. I'm going with that just because it's on Earth. If it was anywhere else, I'd say screw it, I don't care.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Police station. Don't care for the space restaurant. Go for the cultural center too then, I guess. Grand Fleet's a little on the pricey side, but it might actually be worth getting. Yeah. You know, we'll get that. Fucking Ferengi. Okay then. Delta Pavonis. Where is it? Belarus. Take that. No, that's the wrong one. The hell, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. You know what, I wouldn't mind taking Retour as well, since I was able to jump into that system before without any real problems. I'll let you keep that one, and then I'll just humiliate the Ferengi. We're gonna go and try and take the Retour system very quickly before they can really do anything about it. But this part will probably be ending once the battle at Retour is over. No, I'm not joining it, damn it, game. Quit asking. One of each. They should be safe up a gem. If I just take Retour, I'll get the ticking war score.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
You guys are gonna have to do 2 jumps. You know, sensor range is completely utter garbage in this mod. I keep forgetting that. I'm just so used to sensors actually, you know, being worth a damn. But no, I keep forgetting. In this mod, sensors are absolutely worthless. You can't see anything. Which of course also means you'll typically be jumping into a system with no idea what's there, and for all you know there could be a massive enemy fleet there waiting to annihilate you. I mean, I guess it's an enemy fleet. It's crap. Also, Ferengi with cloaking generators. Not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. Oh, an actual... Is this an actual enemy fleet? Yes, this one is an actual enemy fleet. 8K. Too late for me to do anything about it, though.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Is this another actual enemy fleet? No, this is another transport fleet. Also, Tellar Prime, do you have? Yes, you do have defensive armies. Good.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Next stage, Warp Age weapons. I'm gonna say yes, please, to that.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
And I can't do anything about it. It's too late now. My fleet's on the complete other end of the system.
They are assaulting our spaceport. Construction complete.
Okay, all those little microfusion reactors on the spaceports are gonna help a little bit. Oh, mamma mia! And they got battle cruisers, which is not helpful. Not helpful at all. It is time to get the hell out of here, guys.
Construction complete. We are tracking an enemy.
Ooh, just barely managed to escape. You know what, I think we're just gonna have to go and deal with these guys.
An enemy fleet.
Go, go. Get away from the edge of the system, guys. Get out, away from the edge of the system. We know they're following us. That's all I need to know. Okay, they fled. Go over here. We need you to...
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Honestly, I'm probably about to tell Mars to go and build me some more cruisers, because it's about the only things... Oh, the Suliban have been annihilated. Those are about the only things I really have producing any real degree of fleet power.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Sure, we'll go for that, I guess. I am curious how this mod's going to handle the changes being made to star bases.
Tracking an enemy fleet.
Nah. Damn it! Send the first fleet to go and deal with the Ferengi. And our other scientist died. Okay, 7 months, and then we'll be able to design a battle cruiser. Then I have to build one. Now we're building one, alright. At Mars. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost us, but the plan is to build some at least. What's the first privateers? Is that the, no, that's the third fleet.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Oh, there's the Romulan fleet.
Battle is joined.
I don't know how the hell we never saw them following us, but apparently they've been following us this whole damn time. And I've got to call BS on the fact that they've been following us this whole time without any notifications whatsoever that they've been following us. That is a load of bull, game, and you know it. Because the way the game seems to work is, even though sensor range is complete and utter garbage, it is just complete and utter garbage. If the enemy just enters one of your systems, you know they're there.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay. Battlecruiser. Give me a name. Excelsior. I don't think that's actually an Excelsior, but whatever. We'll say good enough, game. So how good are you compared to the Constitutions and the NX? Not quite double. Not quite. Mars, 200, oh wow. And you are cheaper, actually. Though if I recall correctly, you guys are supposed to be like glass cannons. Yes, yes you are. Holy crap, it would traditionally take me 600 days to produce a Constitution class. We've got that down to almost a third. Yeah, build me an Excelsior. And you're following the second privateers, which I'm not a big fan of.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Why are our sensors so good here? Oh, it's probably as a result of our science ships and whatnot.
We are tracking an enemy fleet. We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Now, assuming that their fleets stay distracted over there, dealing with this stuff, and they're not trying to take any of those systems, so they're not getting ticking war score, I might be able to sneak out to Ratour now without any real resistance and take it and start getting ticking war score in my favor.
The enemy is targeting one of our stations.
Ooh, apparently I have a construction ship and a science ship, both named the ISS Clark. One's just without the E.
The cowards have destroyed one of our stations.
Set you guys to passive. I'm going to tell you to flee down to the gem. Fendomar become more egalitarian, apparently. Now, unless this Excelsior instantly jumps out and just starts wrecking them, they're gonna escape with a couple of these ships left.
Our enemies hurl themselves at one of our planets.
Now they're gonna win that, but again, they're not trying to take those
Warriors
things.
have crushed the enemy ground invasion.
Wonderful job, guys! Now, if you don't mind, build some more. Looks like the Romulans have abandoned the Ferengi and are probably on their way down towards me. Yes, they are. They are trying to attack my first fleet. But I think I'll be able to take these things before they can do anything about it.
Enemy fleet.
I think. I mean, so long as I can take this system, I can start getting ticking war score. And so long as I can hold it, they won't be able to do anything about it. What the hell? It just got pushed up to full health. That's a load of bull game. Well, don't land the armies, but go ahead and... Where's their fleet? No idea. Oh, there it is. It first needs to warp to Dreskia. So, yeah. You guys need to hurry up and get up there. Like, now. Because I need you guys to be attacking that planet as the first fleet GTFOs.
Scientific.
Preferably you'll have taken the planet by the time the first fleet's needing to get out of there. But again, it's vital, absolutely vital that you guys are able to take this planet. Because we will win as soon as you take it.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
So, they have arrived at Dreskia. They're probably cooling down and are currently
We are tracking an
plotting their course to this system.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, the rest of you guys, we're out of here. We are going to Pajem. We have ticking war score in our favor now. Or, well, we will in a moment. There we go. Because I have the ticking war score mod. Yep, they've joined this. They've jumped into the system. We are getting out of Dodge. Now they are going to be entering over to the planet to try and take it out. Now I want more Excelsiors.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
First fleet needs to go to Andoria.
Our enemies hurl themselves at one of our planets.
And now they have tons of armies over there. Oh, but they're not going to be trying to take the planet.
Enemy fleet.
That's fine with me, actually, if they're not going to try and take the planet.
Dares to occupy one of our planets.
As long as it isn't one of their war goal planets, I actually don't give a shit.
Building ruin.
beam specialization,
achieved.
if you don't mind the game. Let's get better computers. Wow, that actually seemed to have decreased our weapons effectiveness. Yes, that seems to actually be decreasing it, which is very bizarre. Oh well, I'm still gonna keep the tier 3 EPS relays on. You're supposed to have crew quarters, game. Now, if they're going to stay distracted over there because of Retour, I certainly won't complain. But they're not even bombing the planet. Which I won't complain about, that's fine with me. I might actually be able to go over here and take these other planets. No, quit asking me, game. Also, I'm going to need more assault armies now as a result of, well, the bulk of my one assault army sitting at Retour, not being bombarded by the enemies. But you know what, I'm going to end this part here. I think it's definitely gone a little ways over an hour. So, next part, we will be probably going and fighting the Ferengi forces that are within our borders, go and retake the Vega system and the 61 Cygni, however the hell it's pronounced, system. Because the way the AI works is that I've taken one of their planets, so the Romulans, for the most part, are going to be sitting there wanting to retake that planet. Now, they're not bombarding the planet. As a result, they're not doing anything to help themselves take it. I'm still going to be continuing to get 0.5 war score a month as a result of owning the Retour system. Or that one planet in the Retour system, rather. Because that was one of my war goals. And again, because I have the Taking War Score mod, that's a thing. It's one of the reasons I like the Taking War Score mod. Because then, even if I probably wouldn't be able to win a war by typical means, I can still technically win it just as a result of sitting there and letting it tick away as I slowly gain war score. But yeah, so next part, like I said, we're probably going and retaking the stuff up here, knocking out their fleets, because the Romulans are pretty much out of the war at this point unless they decide to actually take that planet back. But since they're not bombarding it, I don't think that's going to happen. So I will see you all in the next part, but until then, a goodbye and a farewell.